So here's a bit of MIese. I thought it's better said than not. Yeah. Okay. So the idea is I've been interacting with business network, and there are some very interesting concepts. It's called B2C, B2B, business to customer, business to business. Some more thought on it. Yeah. There is organization to organization. Organization is different from just a business. So there's a business. There's you have some value, you exchange money for it. That's a business. So there's business to customer, business to business. One business talking to another business and interacting one business to another business. And there is an organization, which is several set of departments, different functions. It's like when the business grows and you have more facets to it, several other faculties, which may or may not include people. It may be just a single person or it could be with many people. But it's about the organism formed from the busyness of living. You've been busy doing one thing, and over time, you notice there are other facets also to it, and then they become part of the development, like a phone. Yeah, you develop a phone. It was just for the call. And over time, you have note-taking facilities, and then video making, and internet. You know what is possible through internet communications, meetings, and so many things happen. So it's become a smartphone. So when a business becomes smarter, so okay, like smartphone, like multiple functions, and then they're just working together, and then it's getting more. The algorithm is getting more intricate, more detailed, form an organism, an organization. So there are some businesses which are businesses starting one value exchange with money, and then and there are organisms which have become businesses which have become an organization. And I'm using the word organism. Yeah, like it's not just organization, which means they were like when an organization is in different stages of becoming an organism, like it's integrated and functioning like an alive entity. Yeah, has a life of its own, has its own metabolism, has its own wow power. Yeah, its own unique value. Then you have an organism. So you could have an organization to business contact, or you could have an organization to organization contact, or an organism to organism. I would say more an organism is again another stage of development towards becoming more global. Yeah, like you have a global identity, and that's a different level of organization. It could be an organization or it could be an organism, like when it has sufficient life, but which is not just functioning like parts of a whole, rather it's functioning together, it's more organic, and then it's about what's the values it encompasses, yeah, it holds. So there is a organism to global, or that could also be, like for example, the United Nations. That's more a global organization. Organism, yeah. You can look at very fine aspects of organization versus organism is when a lot of the wounds have healed, and you're not just parts put together in a particular way, but it's more the different departments, different factions of it heal each other. They're more. It's not about resilience. It's about they are not powwowing. Yeah, they're not powwowing each other. But instead, they are more complementary. They're supportive of each other, helping the other faculties grow, become better. So to that extent, it's an organism. Yeah, it's like a body is an organism. Yeah, body has respiratory system work functioning with the circulatory system, with the excretory system, with the reproductive system, with the nervous system. They better be keeping it together. Otherwise, we would have cancer and all kinds of diseases. Yeah. So then it's an organization, not quite an organism. I hope that this clarifies the matter. So a diseased person is more an organization, and a healthy person is more an organism. Yeah. So it's about the degree of organism. So we have organism, and then we have global organization, organism, global. Yeah, it's more a global organism, which would be more how would be it would be healthier. And then there is my idea. There is the, well, let's just call it the university. Yeah, or the universal. Yeah, the universe talking to the global, and how good is the communication. To that extent is the health of the organism, and so there's global, that could be global to organism or global to organization, or or organization to business, or organism to business. This organism is there, yeah. It's about how much of health do we have in our organizations, yeah. Like we have a family system, we have neighbors, we have our employment, and if they're all not functioning together, then we have a lot of things to juggle. Yeah, then it's more an organization, and then it's about how well are you juggling with things, yeah. Versus if it's all organic and they are talking to each other, and you have a video like this made, yeah, from Meristem Intelligence. There's a certain science, there's a certain math, there's a certain how of the movement of Meristem Intelligence as an organism. So an organism talking to organization, organism talking to a business, and then when business is talking to customer. And then there's also customer to customer. For example, I make a dish and I give it to my neighbor, and neighbor says, oh nice, and then there's an appreciative return. So that's also an exchange of values. So customer to customer. So in that sense, everybody is busy with one thing or the other, and it's about what are we busy with, how many things are we busy with, accordingly is our busyness. So customer to customer, or when we've formed a more set of values that is not just point of contact, but it's more several points of contact, or rather a more organized system of contact. Then you have more a business, and then when that grows more, then you have an organization. I hope this gives you pause for thought. Why I'm also saying this is so that you have a little idea of the map of my world, yeah, Meristem Intelligence World. So when we are interacting, we may be speaking from either the universe, or from the global, or from the organism, or from the organization, because we are all functioning in different. I'm still learning how to have my services be paid as well as it needs to. So there is a little bit of organization there. So there are some wounds to be healed about my relationship with friends. So work in progress, and we are healing those humanity across boundaries issues. I'm at different stages of working on that. And then there is business, and then there is customer, because I go to the shop and I also need to buy my groceries. So why am I also making this video? So that you have a point of reference of where you may be in this schema of development, to see at what stage of development you are, so that you can take actions appropriate to that stage of development, and then see what else do you need to do so that you're growing along this organization, organism, universe forming process. My world is about enlivening life in the universe. So I'm looking at how to create Earths in the universe, yeah. So in the multiverse, well, my idea of a universe, there are many, like every person we interact with is a universe. So we have multiverse, and every person is a universe. We have multiverse, and similarly, my idea of space, and we call it as the universe, is several levels of different kinds of universes, which we may be calling as galaxies, or which we may not be seeing as larger organisms. For example, we may be calling them as dark matter and then studying them, but then not quite know what all is contained in them. I think there are universes there. And so my universe, or my idea of my world, in my idea of my world, this is a universe. The universe is formed of multiverses, and the organization could be universe, global, yeah. So we have the idea of citizen, and then there is I'm just a baby, yeah. So And hence, I don't have to take up all of these responsibilities of being citizen and all that stuff. So there is all these different stages of development, and it's about how do we take care of the different organisms, uh, structures, composition, and how we support each other so that we are all becoming healthy, wise. So this is some more MIese. I hope this gives you pause for thought, and gives you poise to consider these points of reference from. Thank you so much for your kind attention.